What up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from App Stupid Studios. App like you got some sense. Smash the like and subscribe button. We like it when you do that here. Also, you can follow us directly at the socials on the bottom of the ticker for more content. We like it when you do that also. And if you want to fund the madness directly, then hit us up at the Cash App, $Vern Dollars, DOLLAZ. Coming off a busy weekend, you had the All-Star weekend. You had some other heartbreaking news, where Jacques Vaughn got fired in New Jersey or Brooklyn. I guess, but I dated myself when I said New Jersey. But the Nets, they fired Jacques Vaughn. I think it was uncalled for. Steve Sarkisian from Texas got a huge contract. He's raking in the money. And then you have Jimmy Garoppolo. He is getting waived by the Las Vegas Raiders. A truly heartbreaking story there. You have Draymond Green, a story I think I brushed over. I meant to cover about him calling Yusuf Nurkic and Kevin Durant soft. Also, you've got Russell Wilson is selling his house in Denver. Is his time coming to an end? I would say so. If you are selling your home, you and your wife are now taking offers. And then Kenny the Jet Smith is facing fake backlash about a observation that is clearly factual. And we'll get into that and many more when we come back from a quick 20-second break from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. That's stupid. Yes, Taco Bell, Live Más. Taco Bell, try the $5 cravings case, or the gorditas, the cheesy burritos, the nacho supremes, the Bel Grandes. Taco Bell, Live Más. Visit the good folks at your local Taco Bell, or download the app, order online. Taco Bell, Live Más. So we'll start here with Kenny the Jet Smith. And for those of you all who don't know, Kenny the Jet Smith, he's in fake trouble. What I call fake trouble, because he's getting backlash over Sabrina Loneskew, the remarks of the three-point contest. Now, let's be clear. There was a three-point contest, and she was not in it. She didn't have to go up against Damian Lillard. She didn't have to go up against Brunson. She didn't have to go up against Tyrese Halliburton. She didn't have to go up against Karl Anthony Towns. This was a made-up competition that the NBA stuck together between Steph Curry and her. Okay, so right now to call it a three-point contest, that she was the first woman in the three-point contest All-Star weekend, she wasn't, and that's factual. That's factual, because there was a winner of the three-point contest. His name is Damian Lillard. And the three-point contest goes back 20-something years. So this was a made-up competition that the NBA committee stuck together, that they just had this year. And I'm not saying that she can't shoot, and I don't think Kenny Smith was saying that either. And I'll go ahead and I'll get to it right now. And this is coming out of Fox Sports. So this was the first time a three-point contest between an NBA and WNBA superstar occurred. I guess you could call it a shoot-off, but you can't call it a three-point contest, because you had a three-point contest winner, and they didn't win some silly made-up belt, like a WWE belt. That was just weird. Anyway, they were shooting from the NBA three-point line, which is about 12 to 18 inches further than the WNBA line, depending on which area of the floor. She used the WNBA basketball, which is smaller than the NBA basketball. Okay, so where's the lies? Where's the outrage? She used a smaller ball, and she shot further than she's ever shot before. I don't think that's anything to be outraged about. I think that when you're giving the facts of the situation, now you're just like, well, wait a minute. Why was that? Why didn't she have an NBA regulated ball? She's already shooting further than she needed to shoot. Why didn't she just get an NBA regular ball instead of a smaller ball to shoot with? Again, nobody's saying this girl can't shoot. Nobody's saying that she can't play. I think this is more phony outrage. And Kenny Smith, he didn't engage in the symbolism. He just provided substance to why it wasn't as close as the media painted it up to be. And what did he say? His words, she should have shot it from the women's line. That's what he said. That would have been a fair contest. I still support her, Sabrina, but she should have shot it at the woman's shot. Well, at the woman's 3-point line. And he's correct. Because what's the flip side? Had Steph Curry shot with a smaller ball, had Steph Curry shot from where the women normally shoot from, this wouldn't have been close. This wouldn't have been close. Again, in that statement, he pointed out the facts. She shot with a smaller ball. She shot further than she's ever shot before. I don't think you can be mad at Kenny Smith. I think you should be mad at the All-Star Committee who greenlit this competition. And when you have these opinions, I don't even think they're opinions. I think this was just stated fact. When you have these facts, people can't be mad at the facts. And then Smith continued, she should have shot from the line. There is a women's tee in golf, and there's a men's tee for a reason. And with that statement, he's absolutely right. People who golf, they know. If you're a man and you're actually teeing off from the women's tees, it's usually the seniors, the people who are a little elderly. They still enjoy the game of golf, but those who can, being men, they usually tee off from the men's tees. That's not a statement to be mad about whatsoever. If you're mad about that, I don't understand. It seems like people have created an alternate reality for themselves where we want to be mad and we want to lash out at anything, any and everything, no matter how factual it can be. These are undisputed facts. You may not like how people come across and people say them, but we got to get out of the niceties. She tried, she lost. That's the end of it. It's loser mentality to have this, oh, well, if I only had 3 more shots and if she would have shot this way. No, you lost. That's the end of it. Let's move on. And we'll get into more of this when we come back from a quick 20-second break from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Brother. Yes, Roast the Host. Roast the Host is going down on May the 10th. That is Mother's Day weekend. It is our first inaugural show. We will be live. 2 minutes of put downs against me, against the show, against the production. Have at it. I am fair game. My mom is fair game. Some things that are out of bounds. My wife is off limits. My kids are off limits. So make sure you come through with Roast the Host. Pretty fun time. All enjoyed. You're going to be judged by your peers. People listening live, they're going to rate you, and the winner is going to receive a nice cash app from us. The only things that we ask is that you are a subscriber of the show. Also, you have to be a person. Above anything else, be funny. Be funny. You have 2 minutes. It's almost like a bad open mic. almost like a bad open mic, and then also no racism. Roast the Host goes down Mother's Day weekend, May the 10th. So to wrap this Kenny Smith thing up, and I feel like the outrage police will find anything to cry and complain about. As I've stated before, the WNBA needs support from women. I don't know why when people have this conversation all the time about, how men don't respect the WNBA, nobody's saying that at all. And then they complain about the viewership of men. Well, that's fine, but how about we put some of the accountability on women? Like I said, the WNBA, they could be marketed in Lane Bryant. The WNBA could be marketed on Lifetime, a channel for women, or Oxygen. They could enter into TV deals with these people. But it's always put on the men somehow to care about the WNBA or make the WNBA as big as the NBA, and that's not fair. That's just not fair. If somebody doesn't watch something because of their preference, you shouldn't be browbeating them 24/7. It should be for a league created for women and by women. And if you have more support that way, that's fine. They should be on TLC. Every station that promotes women positive body, they should be engaged with that audience. And I don't understand why. The NFL isn't marketing to Lane Bryant, and like, contrary to popular belief, a lot of women don't even care about the NFL. They don't care. They have things to do. But the NFL, they found their target audience, which was men, and then they market to men. They're all in Men's Health magazines. They're doing things on, programming and getting sponsorship that, tailored to men. And then, that's the way that the marketing is going to go. And so, like I said, this whole Steph Curry and Sabrina thing, to me, I think it was a colossal failure. To me, I don't think it added anything to All-Star Weekend. And I'm not talking about, it was a man versus a woman and that old boring garbage. I'm saying it brought nothing to the table. It didn't. I would have rather preferred to see her in the 3-point contest against the reigning 2-time defending champion Damian Lillard. If this is all about inclusion, she should have been in that. If this is all about inclusion, she should have been in the skills challenge. And then we have the true, now all things being equal playing field. But when you go into it and you tell Steph Curry, you have to shoot with the NBA ball, she gets to shoot with a smaller basketball. You get to shoot from your line, she's got to shoot from your line. That's not fair. And I think when Kenny Smith was pointing those things out, he wasn't degrading her. He was just pointing out the obvious. He was pointing out the obvious. But the outrage police, you have to stop. If you're mad that you didn't know that there's a women's tee and a men's tee in golf, shame on you. And I know a lot of those details were lost on people as they were watching the All-Star contest. They were actually just caught up in the moment. Kenny Smith was giving you facts on the ground. Hey, look, she's shooting further than she's ever shot before. She's also shooting with a smaller ball. Are we mad at what was said, or are we mad at the facts? I don't know. However, I think it's fake outrage. I think people are fake mad, and they need to get over themselves. The people mad, they don't watch the NBA or the WNBA. They just want something to cry and complain about. This is Big Vern, and we will be back. We just keep on rocking. We'll be back with a short commercial break at the top of the hour.